What do you make of these PMI numbers?
Certainly, it's a very positive report, but you've got to, as you hit earlier, you've got to question the sustainability. And the report itself, if you look beyond the headline, strong headline figures, there are a lot of positive messages coming out of this. The demand and production side both recovered, rose quite strongly, and then the demand coming both from domestic economy as well as external demand. And one thing I find particularly interesting is the small firm PMI rose into expansionary territory for the first time in 1 year. So that's suggesting perhaps the government support measures are working. But there are issues of sustainability, clearly. I mean, we've been here before. Last year, the recovery was pretty strong during spring, but the recovery quickly lost momentum. So we need to watch out for that. I mean, I just came back from a trip to the mainland. The major tourist places I traveled were very quiet, even a couple of days before the major holiday coming up. So that's one side. Another side, we look at the data very clearly. The demand coming back is largely related to production. So the infrastructure spending is up, and related investment and production and services are up, demand. But how this can turn into the ultimate sort of private demand remains to be questioned. That would sustain the recovery over the longer term.
Right. This brings us to the policy question and whether or not the economy, and I think you've already answered that, needs more support. On Thursday, markets rallied quite substantially in China because of this talk about quantitative easing with Chinese characteristics.
Yeah.
You guys have put out a piece on that as well. Are we going into QE? Is that even worth asking as a question?
I doubt we're getting into QE. I think, as we were talking about this earlier, the market sees what it wants to see, and it's hoping for big stimulus. Therefore, the market interpreted President Xi's comment as a signal for QE, and we absolutely don't see that. The comment was within the context of refining the PBOC's toolbox. So we don't see that coming. In terms of policy support, we certainly see this is coming. Fiscal side, strong infrastructure spending, and monetary side, we see for the year as a whole more rate cuts. But potentially the rate cut will be delayed given the quite strong data points and the strong U.S. data, meaning that the Fed is likely to delay its rate cuts.
Yeah.
So in overall terms, we see kind of easing coming, but delayed.
Yeah, it's looking more July or September now. On the Fed. The Fed. Let's go back to PMI. So PMIs were quite strong. What does it tell us about the activity numbers for March that are coming out in the next few weeks?
Yeah, it looks as if the activity data will be stronger than we anticipated as well. I mean, we were projecting weaker numbers for, some sort of rebound, kind of slightly beyond seasonal kind of rebound, but this is much stronger than we anticipated. So if we look at production, retail sales, investment data for March for the first quarter, it could be stronger than we projected so far.